Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be responding to a comment that I thought was great, and it showed that I overlooked something very important when it comes to my battery system and my suggestions that I made in a recent video where we were talking about the trolling motor battery systems that you you may want to look into. You either have 12-volt batteries, individual 12-volt batteries in series to complete either a 24 or 36 volt system, or you have 36 volt or 24 volt batteries, standalone batteries, and maybe you have a couple of them for a little bit of redundancy in a backup system, okay? Nowadays with the lithium technology out there, you have the option to have one battery to power a 36 volt, trolling motor. Now in my boat, that's exactly what I have, but I have two of them. So I've got two 36 volt, 50 amp hour Pro Guide lithium batteries in this boat. And that is a system that I really like. And the main reason why I said that I prefer it, and I think that a lot of people should look into getting a 36 volt battery system, is because you do have that redundancy. If you have two 36 volt batteries, if one goes down, you should be able to use the other. And like a 50 amp hour lithium trolling motor battery, it's gonna work pretty much all day. Like you could fish a tournament on that one 36 volt 50 amp hour battery. I've done it. I've heard of other people do it. So it is a good system to have some type of backup. Okay, but this viewer made a very good point that I didn't even think about. And sometimes I get comments that I'm just like, well, duh, I should have thought about that. But the comment is from Lynn Moss 1183. He says, correctly so, if you are running three 12-volt batteries and one goes bad, you should be able to remove it out of the series and switch your trolling motor over to 24 volt. That was a well duh moment for me. Like I was just like, why didn't I think about that? And really, in my defense, the trolling motors that are on the market today, this is the first real generation of trolling motors where you have the option to switch from 24 volts to 36 or vice versa. Before it used to be that you have a 12 volt trolling motor, you have a 24 volt trolling motor, or you have a 36 volt trolling motor. You couldn't, say take a Motor Guide Tour, trolling motor and switch it over to 12 volts. You just couldn't do that. You had to run the same voltage system that the trolling motor was designed for. But a lot of trolling motors nowadays, including the Power Pole Move that I run, I don't think about it much because I've never ever switched a trolling motor over to the 24 volt system. But you can make that switch. So he is correct that if you have a trolling motor system that allows you to make that switch, you have a redundant system already built in if you have, say, three 12-volt batteries to make a 36-volt system. So I just wanted to go ahead and do a follow-up video to that video because I thought that was a great point that this person made, and wanted to make sure that I talked about that a little bit because you can, in fact, have some backup built in to your trolling motor system because of the way that they're designing these trolling motors nowadays. Now, is there going to be a trade-off? I don't know. How much power you actually get with a 24 volt switching over to 24 volt. I'm not 100% sure if there's going to be a change in the amount of thrust that you get from your trolling motor. So, but is it going to be enough to limp around and fish a tournament or finish out your fishing trip on? Yeah, probably. Probably the 24 volt is going to be more than sufficient, if any different at all. I'm not sure. But I thought that was a really good comment. Yeah, I just couldn't be silent about that one because I had overlooked that for sure. So anyways, guys, if you want to know the trolling motor system that I've got, In my boat, I'll put some links in the description below. ProGuide's changing over to the Alpha line primarily for you know, the lithium batteries that I would normally use. So I'm going to put in the suggestion for what I'm going to be using next year, because they're phasing out the 50 amp hour from what I understand. So I'll put those in the description below. So thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you, Lynn Moss, for that great comment. And other than that, I'm going to see you out on the water. Make sure you trust the process.